go. This is chapter 10, lesson 1. It says unit fractions. Okay. A fraction is a number that represents an equal part of a whole or equal part of a set. Okay. For example, okay, Danny shared his granola bar with Stefan. He broke it into 2 pieces or into 2 equal parts. What fraction of the granola bar they each have? Okay. So he took a granola bar like this, and he cut it in half, right? And he gave this section to his friend Stefan, and this section for himself. Okay. It says the fraction tiles what fraction tiles did you place? Okay, and there's two tiles, right? Okay. Okay, how many sections are all there? Are there? 2. Okay, and he gave one of those sections to Stefan. Okay, so each person is going to receive a half. It says a unit fraction represents 1 equal part of the whole. The top number of a unit fraction is 1. Okay. The bottom number is the whole, or the denominator. Okay, how many pieces are there altogether? 2. 1, 2. And each one of them got 1 section, or 1 half. Look at the example number 2. It says 1 whole is divided into 4 equal parts. So go ahead and, I want you to go ahead and trace this. So here's the whole, and it got divided into 1, 2, 3, and 4 right there. Okay, so one of those sections is 1 part. The whole was partitioned into 4 equal parts. So how many parts are there altogether? How many parts? 4. So the unit fraction is 1/4. Kind of like $1. How many quarters does it take to make $1? 4 quarters. Look at example number 3. It says Ian made a loaf of bread as his final project in health class. He divided the loaf among some friends. Each student received 1/8 of the loaf. How many equal parts did Ian cut the loaf? So he took his loaf, right? Okay, and he's going to divide them into 1/8. So how many sections do I need to make? I need to make 8. So we take the 2. Here's the bread. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll make it better. Hold on. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1/8. So count the equal parts. There are, how many equal parts are there altogether? How many? 8. Label each equal size 1/8. So I need to go 1/8, 1/8, 1/8, 1/8, 1/8, 1/8, 1/8, and 1/8. So Ian cut the loaf into 8 equal parts, or 8s. That's what he did. So that way he could have, each one of his friends could have one of those. Let's do this together. It says, divide the whole into equal parts, then label each part with its unit fraction. So 2 equal parts. How am I going to divide the rectangle? How many sections? 2. It says 2 right here. 2. Is that equal? No, this is too small. Make sure they're equal, as best as you can. So right here, about half. Okay? And 1 fraction on this side is 1, right? The denominator tells you how many parts are there. How many parts are there? 2. That's the number at the bottom. Okay, number 2 says 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then remember, it's 1, and then the number of parts that I have. 4. So 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, and 1/4. Number 3, how many sections am I going to make? How many? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and it looks something like this. See that? So number 1, I have 2 equal parts with 1/2 and 1/2. I have 4 equal parts with 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, and this one I need 8 with 1/8 on each one.
Explore model fractions. A fraction is a number that represents part of a whole or part of a set. You can construct or make models to fractional parts of a whole. First, we need to make a model. Cut 4 strips of paper that are each 1 inch wide and 8 inches long. Label one strip 1. Next, make a fraction model. Fold the second strip in half. Cut on the fold. Label each part 1/2. Now make more fraction models. Fold the next strip in half twice. Cut on the folds. Label each part 1/4. Finally, fold the last strip in half 3 times. Cut on the folds. Label each part 1/8. The models show 1 whole, halves, fourths, and eighths.
So look at number 4. It says divide the whole into equal parts, then label each part with its unit fraction. So number 4, how many sections am I going to have? 3. About like that. And what's going to be my unit fraction? It's going to be 1 over what? 3. And that's called 1/3. And number 5, how many sections? So 1, 2, 3. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is thirds. So 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. And number 5, what's my unit fraction? What is it? 1/6. 1/6, 1/6, 1/6, 1/6, 1/6, and 1/6. Says how many equal parts? Say 1 part, then write its unit fraction. So look at number 6. How many sections are there? 4. So how many equal parts are there? 4. It said to shade 1 in. So it's going to write the unit fraction. Okay. So how many parts are all together? 4. And that number goes at the top or on the bottom? The bottom, good. The bottom. Okay, and how many units are shaded in? 1. So 1 4. Number 7, how many equal parts are there? 2. And it says to shade 1 in. Okay, so there are 2 equal parts. Does that go on the top or on the bottom? The bottom. And how many are shaded in? 1. And then look at number 8 and 9. Okay, how many equal parts in number 8? 3. It says to shade 1. So there's 3 equal parts, and how many are shaded in?
1.
And then number 9, how many equal parts? 3. Shade 1 in. Okay. There's 3 equal parts with 1 shaded in. The 1 is a numerator. The 3 is a denominator. Now look at number 10. How many 6s are there? 4. So is it 1/3 and 1/4? 1/4. Number 11. What is it? 1/8. 1/6. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 sections. So is it 1/8 or 1/6? 1/8. Number 12. 1/6, because there's 6 sections or 6 equal parts and 1 shaded in. Number 13.
1, 2.
It's instead of 1/2, it's 1/2. And number 14. 1/3. Number 14 is 1/2. No, there's 3 sections, so it's 1/3. Number 15.
1/6.
1/6.